There comes a point in life where peace begins to matter more than progress, where the rush of earlier years softens, and something inside us begins to whisper, slow down, breathe. There's nothing left to prove. If you're over 70 or simply entering a quieter season of life, you may have already started feeling that shift, the desire for stillness, the craving for simplicity, the need to replace noise with meaning. And the good news? Peace isn't just something you stumble upon. It's something you can cultivate, day by day, habit by habit. In this 3-part video series, we'll explore 5 gentle habits that bring peace in your 70s and beyond. Simple, soulful practices that don't require grand changes, but offer lasting calm. These aren't trends or techniques from wellness magazines. They're rooted in lived experience, in truth, in what truly brings peace when the world becomes too loud and the years begin to feel sacred. Let's begin with the first 2 habits. Simple, real, and powerful in their quiet way. Habit 1, start your morning without noise. The first few minutes of your day set the tone for everything that follows. And yet, so many of us wake up and immediately reach for our phones, the news, or the to-do list. But after 70, your time is too precious to begin in chaos. Starting your morning without noise doesn't mean sitting in silence for hours. It means claiming those first 10 to 15 minutes as your own, to breathe, to stretch, to notice the light outside, to sip tea slowly, to just be. Harriet, 74, calls this her sacred space. She wakes up, opens the curtains, and watches the way the sun moves across her living room floor. No news, no headlines, no notifications. It reminds me that life still moves. She says, even if I don't, you don't have to meditate or journal. You don't have to do anything. The habit is simple. Begin the day quietly, with intention, not reaction. That small shift can change how your heart feels all day long. Habit 2, take 1 meaningful walk a day. Not for exercise, not for speed, not for steps, for peace. A walk without headphones, without talking, just your feet, the earth, the air, the trees. After 70, movement isn't just about health. It's about presence. Even 10 minutes around a block, if done with awareness, can ground your body and clear your thoughts. George, 77, says he takes the same walk every day, past the same trees, the same garden, the same street corner. And yet, it never feels the same. One day the flowers are gone. Another day there's fog. Some days the air smells like rain, he says. It reminds me that I'm still here. And that's enough. The key is not distance, it's attention. Let your walk become your anchor, a reminder that life is not a race. And that peace isn't far away. It's under your feet. Habit 3, ask 1 gentle question every day. Life at this stage no longer needs to be run on goals, checklists, or urgent tasks. Instead, it can be guided by 1 simple, heartfelt question. What would bring me peace today? Not what should I do? Not what must I fix? But what would soothe me, center me, nourish me? Sylvia, 80, began asking this every morning after losing her partner. At first, the answers were small. Make soup, take a nap, listen to music. But over time, she realized those tiny choices were reshaping her days. I stopped chasing productivity, she says. I started following peace. This question is not about doing less. It's about doing what matters more. Try it. Ask gently. Listen fully. Then let that 1 small answer shape your day. You may find yourself spending time in the garden instead of cleaning, calling a friend instead of checking the news, sitting in the sun instead of filling the hours. Let peace guide your steps, not obligation. Habit 4, embrace solitude, not loneliness. There's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Solitude is chosen. Loneliness is imposed. And in your 70s and beyond, you have the chance to reclaim solitude as something sacred. To sit with yourself, not as someone missing others, but as someone returning home. John, 79, found this after his children moved far away. The house grew quiet, and at first, so did he. But then, he began lighting a candle every evening. He made tea. He played the same soft jazz. He read poetry, not for answers, but for companionship. And slowly, the silence stopped feeling hollow. It began to feel holy. I stopped waiting for someone to fill the space, he said, and started becoming the presence I needed. Solitude doesn't mean disconnecting. It means reconnecting with your own soul. Let it be a pause, a prayer, a peaceful return to self. And know that being alone doesn't mean being empty. Sometimes it's the only way to be truly full. Habit 5, create a quiet evening ritual. The world rarely teaches us how to end our days well. Evenings can become chaotic, rushing through dinner, watching endless television, scrolling through phones, falling into bed without closure. But after 70, your evenings can be something else entirely. They can be your sanctuary. A quiet evening ritual doesn't need to be complex. It can be as simple as lighting a candle, listening to gentle music, writing one sentence in a notebook, whispering a prayer, sitting in the dark with a warm drink and your own thoughts. Esther, 82, ends every night the same way. She closes the blinds, turns off the overhead lights, and turns on a single lamp. She pours a small cup of chamomile tea. She thanks the day silently, no matter how hard or boring or quiet it was. That's how I tell my body, she says, that we made it and we're safe. A ritual signals to your nervous system that it's okay to slow down, to let go, to soften. It marks the transition between doing and simply being. What matters is not what the ritual looks like. It's that it's yours, a thread of comfort that weaves through your evening, reminding you that peace isn't something you wait for, it's something you choose. Final reflection, living a peaceful life. Peace isn't a destination. It's a daily practice, a quiet decision, a way of being. And the 5 habits we've explored are not rules. They're invitations. To start your mornings with intention, to walk with awareness and presence, to ask your heart what it needs, to sit with your own soul, to end your day with grace. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to choose peace again and again in small, gentle ways. And with time, those small choices become your life. A life of clarity, of depth, of quiet joy. You deserve that at 70, at 80, at any age, because peace is not the absence of noise. It's the presence of meaning. Thank you for being here. If one of these habits spoke to your heart, leave a comment and share which one. And if you'd like more gentle reflections like this, subscribe and join our community. Until next time, be well, be soft, be peacefully, beautifully you.